Hi, my name is Anne. Thank you for joining me. What I wanted to talk about today was distraction. Now, this is a subject that many of us don't really think about, but it's of really the utmost importance on your journey of ascension. And the reason for that is one of the most difficult things that we can do on this, what we call ascension, is to really remove ourselves from all the distractions that are occurring in our lives. Now, I know early on in my process, I knew intuitively there was an intuitive download, if you will, that told me that I was doing these things to distract myself from the task at hand. Now, at that time, I didn't know really what the task at hand was, but I knew intuitively, like I said, that I needed to step up to the plate and deal with a situation in my life and to take back control of my life and to move away from what I was falling onto was distraction. So I was coming up with all kinds of projects, endeavors, excuses, you name it. I was doing it in order to not have to face the anxiety or the truth of myself, my own truth. So I was doing pretty much everything I could to avoid the truth. But the thing is my higher self was telling me, guiding me, and telling me that what you're doing is you're falling into the trap of distraction. And I see this as a very rampant issue in the spiritual community today. And I think it's one of the underlying causes of us not actually ascending as quickly as we thought we might. And we are so used to this art of distraction. It is a very ingrained program in most of us that we don't realize how ingrained this distraction process is. I mean, in the true context of life, it is really quite simple. The Maslow hierarchy of needs is essential. So, the basic foundation of food and water and a roof over your head, and family and love and appreciation and support are all the very basic elements of our mission here, and really sort of create that peace and calmness. Now, what makes us move out of that? What is the pull that brings us to this place of there has to be more? And part of it is that more, wanting more, being more, feeling more concept is a program that has been installed in us because it takes us away from our true ability to tap in to our own inner self and inner being, and to the guidance that provides as to what we are all here for. And each one of us is here for a different mission and a different purpose. But with all the distractions, with all the various pieces of data and energies that are coming at us from all different directions, we are pushed so far away from that inner sense and that inner listening. So there has to be a reason for that. And, when I look at a lot of the people that are around me that have been, and are in my circle, that it seems to me that it's almost a race for who can brag about who's the busiest, really. I'm working this hard and I'm working on these important things, and I'm taking this trip and I'm going here and I'm going there and I'm moving, and there's just so much activity happening in their lives, and I used to be like that. And then when I had my forced awakening, I was forced to completely stop and was made aware of the tapping into self. Now, when we truly tap into self, you get your information from a different source, and you learn to live like that. And it's quite stunning to people that I talk to. It's like, Art, what do you do? Aren't you bored? And I actually do a lot, but not to the outward eye would that be apparent. Because our new world is centered on using our psychological mind to move forward, and using our power of intuition and knowing, and our ability to telepathically connect to the collective and to people that are on the same path and same mission. And that is full world. And I really think that's what defines the difference between the world of pseudo-spiritual and the hype around it, and where people are looking for fame more than truth, and the 3D world, where you're primarily driven by unconscious social attitude. So when you move into this quantum space, this is why a lot of people are tree huggers and earth lovers and love and lighters, because really, essentially, that's all that really matters. Because when we get right down to the core, again back to the basic core elements, the earth provides us with food, with shelter, with water, and nothing else really does. So our true mission is to protect that which creates us. So we've very much overcomplicated life. We have and the program of ego is what is driving the majority of society, but it's not a true indicator, and it's not who we really are at our core being. So that was my rant for today. This is a very complex sort of rant, but I wanted to get that off my chest because it's been really nagging at me. And I know some of you out there kind of like my rants that aren't well structured in some cases, but hopefully come up with some valid things to think about. Thanks for listening. Bye.